कुंज विहारी विजय जय विष्णु जी के चरिय श्रोत्र से जलंग सब चरणार इन वक्तन संश्लेष प्रभुपाद की जय विष्णु जी के चरिय श्रोत्र से जलंग श्रीमद् भक्तिसिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की आनंद कोटि विष्णु की आल विष्णु सिमरन सरे आल साल श्री गुरु श्री गौराश प्रभुपाद की ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
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 ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति शुभदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातां सागणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरि वृषभानुसुते देव प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमं वन्दे श्रीगुरोधनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम् ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठावलये श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिते नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निरसे शून्यवादि पश्चात देशतारिणे Today we are Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 32, text number 5. Can somebody project? Otherwise, I can do it actually. Wait. ये स्वधर्मा न दुह्यन्ति
यश्वधर्मान् दुह्यन्ति
ये स्वधर्मा न दुह्यन्ति
यश्वधर्मान् दुह्यन्ति
धीरा कामार्थ हेतवे
धीराकामन्तहेतवे
धीरा कामार्थ हेतवे
धीराकामन्तहेतवे
निस्संगान्यष्ट कर्माणा
गङ्गाश्च कर्माणां
निस्संगान्यष्ट कर्माणा
गङ्गाश्च कर्माणां
प्रशांता शुद्ध चेतसः
प्रशान्तसुखचेतसः
प्रशांता शुद्ध चेतसः
प्रशान्तसुखचेतसः ये स्वधर्मान् दुह्यन्ते ये स्वधर्मान् दुह्यन्ति धीराकामार्थहेतवे धीराकामर्थहेतवे सङ्गानिष्ठा कर्माणां निःसङ्गानिष्ठकर्माणां प्रशान्ता शुद्धचेतसा प्रशान्ता शुद्धचेतसा
ये स्वधर्मान् दुह्यन्ति
ये स्वधर्मान् दुह्यन्ति
आकामहेतवे
धीराकामार्थहेतवे
चेतसः
प्रशान्ता शुद्धचेतसा
ये स्वधर्मान् दुह्यन्ति
ये स्वधर्मान् दुह्यन्ति
धीराकामार्थहेतवे
धीराकामार्थहेतवे
कर्माणां
निःसङ्गकर्माणां
शुद्धचेतसा
प्रशान्ता शुद्धचेतसा ये स्वधर्मान् दुह्यन्ति धीराकामार्थहेतवे निःसङ्गानिष्ठ कर्माणां प्रशान्ता शुद्धचेतसा
ये those who swadharman
स्वधर्मान्
their own occupational duties
their own occupational duties
na
not
do not
duhyanti
take advantage of
take advantage of
dhira
dhira
intelligent
intelligent
kama
kama
sense gratification
sense gratification
artha
artha
economic development
economic development
hetave
hetave
for the sake of
for the sake of
nissangaha
nishana
free from material attachment
free from material
nyasht nyashta
निष्ठा
karmanaha
कर्माणां
कर्माणः
fruitive activities
fruitive activities
activities
saha santaha
प्रशान्तः
प्रशान्तः
satisfied
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 suddha chetasaha
शुद्धचेतसा
शुद्धचेतसः
purified consciousness.
of purified consciousness
Translation: those who are intelligent, and are purified and are of purified consciousness are completely satisfied in Krishna consciousness. Freed from the modes of material nature, they do not act for sense gratification. Rather, they are situated in their own occupational duties. They act as one is expected to act. Purport. The first class example of this type of man is Arjuna. Arjuna was a Kshatriya and his occupational duty was to fight. Generally, kings fight to extend their kingdoms which they rule for sense gratification. As far as Arjuna is concerned, he declined to fight for his own sense gratification. He said that although he could get a kingdom by fighting with his relatives, he did not want to fight with them. But when he was ordered by Krishna and convinced by the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita that his duty was to satisfy Krishna, then he fought. Thus, he fought not for his sense gratification, but for the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality. Persons who work at their prescribed duties, not for sense gratification, but for the gratification of the Supreme Lord, are called Nisanga, freed from the influence of the modes of material nature. Nishtakarmanaha indicates that the results of their activities are given to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such persons appear to be acting on the platform of their respective duties. But such activities are not performed for personal sense gratification. Rather, they are performed for the Supreme Person. Such devotees are called prasantaha, which means completely satisfied. Suddha Chetasaha means Krishna conscious. Their consciousness has become purified. In unpurified consciousness, one thinks of himself as the Lord of the universe. But in purified consciousness, one thinks himself the eternal servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Putting oneself in that position of eternal servitorship to the Supreme Lord and working for him perpetually, one actually becomes completely satisfied. As long as one works for his personal sense gratification, he will always be full of anxiety. Again, as long as one works for his personal sense gratification, he will always be full of anxiety. That's the difference between ordinary consciousness and Krishna consciousness. Trust me, I neither have any qualification nor have any realization. Please, and I seek everyone's blessings to just repeat whatever I heard in the past. So, irrespective of one's ashram, the goal of life is to purify one's existence. The goal of one's life is to purify one's existence. Asango hi ayam purusha. We have fallen into this metal world. We have our diseases. We are in contact with Maya, matter, and we want to enjoy matter. It's very difficult to overcome. It's very easy to speak when somebody is listening, but Shanair Upramid. Yesterday I was reading from 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. You will come out of the Maya, not like you give power, you quote powerfully, you give lectures. You will come out of it very slowly. Wow. So this actually I should read that. That's the best thing, you know. So and this verse is Pratyahara. Gradually, step by step, with full conviction, one should become situated in trance by the means of intelligence. Thus, mind should be fixed on self alone and should think of nothing else. By proper conviction and intelligence, one should gradually cease the sense activities. This is called pratyahara. The mind being controlled by conviction, meditation and cessation of senses should be situated in trance or samadhi. This is the goal of Ayurveda actually. Very interesting. So what we have to do? Step by step, with full conviction, one should become situated in trance. Trance means what? Internal. Today we are external. We all have a Srila Prabhupada's promise. The way Krishna.
शिकागो में अभी आज भी नहीं मिली.
Okay, I have a humble request. Somebody is listening. You know.
In fact,
Anandagiri, not Anandagiri. Would I mute all?
With participant. Yeah.
I muted all.
Yes.
I am not muted. So the transition is very slow because of our attachment with this matter for very long time. How long? Since the time Anadi. So Sanair Shanair Upramed Buddhya Dhriti Grihitaya means hey, this is right, this is wrong. This is right, this is wrong. Minute to minute discrimination, which is actually not easy. Very difficult actually. Why? Especially what is Kali Yuga? Kali Yuga means whatever is wrong is promoted as right. And we are up to until we came to Krishna consciousness, or even during Krishna consciousness, we are purchasing a portion of it. I also worked in America. Wow, tamogun offices. Totally tamogun. So I went and addressed probably the high lawyers of High Court in AP with a few judges. When I went inside, the environment was filled with so much of Tamo and Rajo. And so, I want to create a small joke. So when I came here, I'm trying to invoke my inner spiritual strength to keep myself cool so that I'm not stressed out, so that I can present you all stress management. That's how I started actually. That much stress was there. Why? Oh, people are so much absorbed. Mera tera, money, will be happy. Hey, they're all 60 plus, 70 plus. Trust me, at the end, it is not stress management. It is a Bhagavatam class. There, guys, your time is up. Why don't you realize? You're thinking my son is in Australia, my daughter is in America. Wake up. Because end of the day, that's what I am. Somebody told me if you don't change yourself, you cannot become successful, whatever the books you wrote. So I'm realizing slowly, I think that's what I am actually. I cannot. So, but no, then nobody will come to you. That's okay. So the point is, Shaner Upramed Buddhya Dhriti Grihitya. Minute to minute, one has to discriminate. I'm telling this, I'm also a failure. That's why anybody who takes it very early, they become successful. Because whatever you achieve in first 15 years, that stays. If you're in Mayavad Sampradaya, that also will come. If you're in Sri Sampradaya, that will come. Because these are all quoting on the top of it. You remember your childhood bhakti songs or movie songs even now. How many of you agree? But this has added in, so you're training yourself, but your conditioning is coming out. That's why it is said, a person who joins brahmachari very early, he will stay. A person who joins later, difficult. Because he is tormented by the previous impressions. A person who comes to Krishna consciousness at the age of 50, there is a saying, don't teach old dog new tricks. A dog cannot learn. The learning curve is gone. But Prabhupada made a statement, Krishna consciousness is so powerful, anyone can make any progress at any time. Our Krishna Gopikant Prabhu is distributing books in Times Square. It's the power of Hare Krishna mantra. So he went and gave one guy a book. He said, I'll come back. I'll come back and take it. Means what? That in Times Square, somebody is telling. But interesting, he came back. Where did he go? He went to drink. He was fully drunk. But he was standing on one corner. Ram Rai Prabhu's Kirtan is going on. He said, wow, even though I'm fully drunk, this Kirtan is touching my soul. It is affecting me. I'll buy this book. He purchased the book actually. So, what is Kali Yuga? Kali Yuga is whatever is wrong is proved, is promoted on large scale by government, by society, sometimes or many times by parents. by parents actually. And make a fun, I mentioned many times, I'm repeating again, education. You're this body, you make money, you'll be happy. You're this body, you're this eyes, you're this mind. Your ego is inflated by becoming doctor, engineer, and you have that label. Even if you give classes, in the back of your mind, I know my name is prefixed with the engineer or doctor, IIT, MIT, whatever. Or it's very difficult to become free from that. I don't need to ask, do you agree or not? So, what is that? Minute to minute, one has to, hey, this is right, this is wrong, this is right, this is wrong, this is right. Why? People don't come to me. What is that? One time Jagad Prabhu told me 500 deities installed before even I came to Detroit. 500 Gaurnitas are there in Detroit. What is that? What do you call the suburbs of the metro Detroit? Why people don't come? When this becomes an ornament, you will use deities for sense gratification also. Have an insurance. Jesus died for our sins is the biggest. I'm sure Saint Paul never thought he is doing the biggest damage to Christianity. Just to promote Christianity, what he did, this is not there in Bible. He added that line. Jesus died for our sins. To create sympathy for Jesus, Jesus died for our sins. But what happened? Jesus paid for our sins. Just you give money once in a week, you go and that's it. You're a Christian. You'll go back to Godhead. And any sincere sadhaka, Jesus died for our sins. Believe me, Saint Paul never thought that day he is doing such damage. One day, one lady came to one of the devotees of Hare Krishna and said, Yamadutas are coming to me. I'm a devout Christian. Why Yamadutas are coming? I'm thinking I'm going back to Godhead. He said, whatever you followed is churchianity, not Christianity. So, just by declaring your religions. So here also, to the extent you are sincere. One thing I purchased the entire Radhesham Prabhu's things. If you want to run a community, everyone should come together and read Bhagavatam. That is how the process will go. That is one line I purchased. I mean, we had one long conversations. I purchased some more things, no doubt. Brahmachari thing. So otherwise we cannot avoid the problems. The egos are so high. Division is very high in Kali Yuga. The moment, what is sense enjoyment? This is mine, this is mine, this is mine. When you perceive somebody is even touching that, you'll become angry. And you consider that person as enemy. That is all glory to ego. The moment you think this as mine, when you imagine somebody is touching it, even if they are not touching it, you'll become angry. And you'll perceive that person as enemy. I'm sure all agree with me, right? Wow. And you become defensive. Ownership means control. What is ownership? This is all based on, it's true with brahmacharis also, trust me. This dress has a very little meaning to the extent that you don't purchase bhakti. That is even deadly for brahmachari. How many of you want to know why it is? Because people are watching you. People are watching you, you have sacrificed everything. And if you're still in the superficial consciousness, mera tera, then you're wasting your time. You are given an environment which is not offices, it's all spiritual environment. You're staying close to Krishna in the Krishna's vicinity, but your conditioning is actually affecting you. How many of you tried riding a cycle with both the brakes loosely holding it? Then what happens? You'll enjoy it actually. If you hold the front brake a little bit tight and pedal, then a boom. Some of us tried actually. It fell down also. So when one time Radhana Swami made a statement, if you are in the forest, you don't see the trees. I didn't understand. If you are in the forest, you don't see the trees, he said. Means what? When you're coming close to the forest, you see all the trees. Amazing forest. Huh? But once you walk in, what you will see? You will see the stumps because the branches are top. What the moral of that is, when you are with devotees, slowly, step by step, you'll start finding faults with them. He's like this, he's like this. I know. He's a pure devotee, yes, but after a few years, is a pure devotee? Definitely not. That is not his problem, that is your problem. Maya is taking you away. A person who keeps on judging others is losing the opportunity of looking inside. These are all the different forms of sense gratification. Amazing. What is the end result? End result is actually, every time some people may be unhappy with the way I speak because it's my duty to keep everyone going forward at the 10 miles an hour. But if I dilute, everything will be diluted. That's why, uh, this is my thankless duty to push. Because the moment you become satisfied, complacency will come. Actually, we should be satisfied that we are in Krishna consciousness. We should have a continuous longing to make progress. Because this is the thing. Shanair shanair upramed buddhya dhrigrihitaya. Until uttishtata jagrata prapyavara nibodata vidahametam purusham mahantam aditya varnam tamasat parastat tvamev viditva atimrityameti nanyah panta vidyate yanaya. Uttishtata jagrata prapyavara nibodata. Wake up, arise. Arise and don't fall asleep again. Jagrata, keep yourself awake and keep on running until you attain the goal. Don't stop. This what is name? This Gopkumar. He is actually at the border of the material world. He is about to make an exit. Maya comes. Where are you going? Krishna. Hare Maya came. So Gopkumar became defensive. And he said, no, I'm Krishna's sister only. Take little rest here. Oh, no. Thoda foot low. A fall low, that take that, this and this. He said, no, I have to go. You're so tired, Prabhu. When somebody speaks of you in a compassionate way, when they speak for you, Prabhuji, nowadays do you look so tired, you look so stressed out. Even if you're not stressed out, maybe yes. That is the worst way of invoking sympathy. That is the worst thing actually. One day, one lady came. I know this, what is the name? Our Gaur Kishore Das Bhaji Maharaj. He was blind. So he had to drink milk. But what happened? Snake came and put the mouth in the milk. And so, he was about to drink milk. One lady came. This is like Maharaj he would meditate on Ashtakali Leela actually, not so advanced. So Maharaj, no. One lady came, don't drink it. What happened? No, we saw a snake putting mouth in that drink, drinking that milk. He said, I'll drink it. She said, I'll not allow you to drink. Means what? She's taking liberty for him. Means you are my Admi. I'm living for you. You are all living, you are living for all of us. So you feel very good when you hear this type of things. Yes, sir. I will not allow you to drink it. Because you are my person. You are my man. I want you to be alive. You are doing nice service. But there is a thin thread. How many of you here agree? There is a thread of control. How many of you agree? There is a thread of control in that. With an affectionate thread. That is deadly for any sannyasi. He said, I'll drink it. He took the glass and he drank it. Then he said, Maya came in the form of a lady and tested me. So the point is, so sometimes people ask, what is the only thing? Krishna in the center. Prabhupada is quoting actually. Prabhupada is quoting Arjuna. Arjuna had 4 wives actually. Arjuna had 4 wives and a marrier, a politician. But why Arjuna was friends with Krishna? Because Arjuna did everything for the pleasure of Krishna. So Prabhupada is writing, so likewise, whatever you do for the pleasure of Krishna. That's it, with respect to ashrams. Whatever you do for the pleasure of Krishna, that's it, you're liberated. You know? So Nisanga. Persons who work for their prescribed duty is not for sense gratification, for the gratification of Supreme Lord are called Nisanga, freed from the influence of modes of mental nature. How do we become Nisanga? How do you become free? You know, Satsanga. If you regularly associate and hear, will lead you to Nisanga. You know, Shankaracharya actually, you know. Nisangatva nirmohatvam, you know. So you become free from illusion. Then you become stable. That is pratyahara. You know. So you're not, okay, I'll eat only prasad. One time, when I told this many times, but a few years ago, I said I'm repeating today. One brahmachari asked again, we are like 200 brahmacharis that day. So he asked, any questions? Radhana Swami asked, he raised his hand. Maharaj, I love eating sweets. Okay. Now recently I became one of the head pujaris. Earlier I used to ask somebody. Now I don't need to ask because it's full access. My desire to eat, I'm eating, but my desire is increasing, but it's not going down. The sweets. What do you say? All the brahmacharis' eyes were like, zoop. What is the answer? He said, Prabhu, please continue eating. And there's a big sigh of relief from everyone. Because this is prasad offered to Krishna. You know? So he said, anybody who had taken very serious vows, he said, I couldn't see them continue in ISKCON. After some time they had a problem. But continue eating sweets, but one thing you should not do. Don't go to the outside shops to satisfy your tongue. Don't eat outside food, outside sweets. As long as you eat, no problem. That is the best answer, I think, the brahmacharis. So, what is that? In the same canto, same episode, in the earlier episodes with Swayambhu Manu, we all came to this world because we have a strong desire to enjoy matter. But if you can regulate it, because making it zero is impossible actually. And the last day also, you are so weak. That time you give somebody comes and gives you gulab jamun or pizza. You're ready to eat actually. That much powerful senses are. Even that time it's prasad, no problem. One day before leaving the world, Bhakti Raswami was given actually pizza. You know? And Maharaj, they asked, what do you want? He said pizza. And he ate actually. You know? So anyway, what is that? So as long as sense gratification is regulated and we use our results in service of Krishna, you should know we are going very fast to attain Krishna. You know, we do not even know we are going that much fast actually. But the thing is, you have to stay focused. You should not do wrong things. You should not break regulative principles. And what is that? When you withdraw your senses from sense objects, that's called pratyahara. And whatever the energy you get, you should utilize in Krishna's service. That's why one has to, how many of you agree? Mind is so powerful, and the mind, in 1 second, it can make you fall down. Actually, you agree? 1 second, even while chanting, you'll have a problem. Actually, so what we have to do? That's why we should be bent on We should be bent on Krishna consciousness. So I want to read something interesting. Prasanta, Mano, the Stotra Ratna by Yamunacharya. Santa Nishesha Manorathantara. What is it? I forgot. You remember that Sanada Chivanam. You know, this is actually by Stotra Ratna by Yamunacharya. You know, when will you become Prasanta? When you know you have a master. Giriraj Maharaj actually he wrote an article on this. Sanata Jivanam. What is Anatha means? He has no master. Sanatha means he has a master. One time our Sachit Prabhu gave a lecture, sitting here he said, no, this is Sachit Prabhu's example actually. One cow was chased by a tiger and the cow jumped into a, quicksand and got stuck in the quicksand. To attack the tiger, so to attack the cow, tiger also jumped, tiger also got stuck in the quicksand. They cannot move. So tiger said, why don't we help each other so that we can come out? Cow said no. So there is a difference between you and me. What? I have a master. And in the evening, he'll come to know I'm not there. He'll come looking for me. Then he'll take me out. But if I purchase you, then you will go out and you'll kill me actually. You remember you told the story? Actually, Sasuru told the story. I really liked it. That is if you should be Prasanta Nisesha Manorathantra. Why?
Stotra 43. Bhavantam Evanuchara.
Charan Nirantara. Nisesha Vedantara. Continue.
By serving you constantly, one is free from all material desires and is completely pacified. When shall I engage as your permanent eternal servant and always feel joyful to have such a fitting master?
Yeah, the last two lines.
Kalaham Aikantika Nitya
Kinkara.
Paharshaishami Sanata Jivita.
Sanata Jivitam. Jivanam or Jivitam?
Jivita.
Okay, Sanata, because so devotees, Krishna is there. One time, one devotee called, actually, Govind Prabhu was visiting that time. So he called, I said this example. Why? 2005. Prabhuji, I call you. Please pray for my daughter. She's 5 years. Gandharika got cancer. Really? So, can you please tell devotees to offer prayers? Govind Prabhu was telling, yes. At the end, he said, Prabhuji, this material world problems will come. How is your preaching going on? See, so you have accepted Krishna. In the end of the day, it's in Krishna's hands. By being anxious, I can't do anything. So the Prabhu started telling at the end, there's metal world, Prabhu, problems will come from anywhere, from any angle it will come. But how is your preaching going on? So in 5 minutes, he became normal and he started asking what is preaching. Govind Prabhu said, that is the devotee. So devotees also get problems. But what is that? What is that? Okay, I'll accept it. This is my karma. I'll pray to Krishna. But you are not so overwhelmed and you are not so depressed. Why? Krishna is there. I will tell you, people leave the body in 1-2 years. They know that they are leaving body, but they don't know what to do. Most of the people, they call millennials, nowadays they are going and doing social service because they don't know what to do. Only we know what to do. When the time is coming out, what you will do? Extra rounds, increase the rounds, and do more service on the altar and more service to devotees. Because we have I believe me, that day Krishna will take care. Sanata Jivanam. So we have that Krishna will take care of me. When you don't have anybody, one person is there, Krishna. When you have everybody, Krishna is not there. So, what is that? Nischalatatve Jivan Mukti. Satsangatve Nisangatvam Nisangatve Nirmohatvam Nirmohatve Nischalatatvam Nischalatatve Jivan Mukti. So what is that? When your senses are fully controlled and your mind is not longing for any sense enjoyment and you are utilizing that energy in serving Krishna. That's why Lord Chaitanya, he gave that longing. I was telling Brahmacharis actually. Lord Chaitanya gave an easy process. Tivrena Bhakti Yogena Jyoti Purushapparam. Always, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is the room for mind to giving trouble? You're crying only. Just he gave an easy way. I want to control my mind. I want to control my senses. You can never. It's impossible. So when you do kirtan, let me control senses. You think like that? My Islam. What is that? Yeah, you are in kirtan. Wonderful kirtan is going on. Does anyone think of being worried for mind? Huh? Do you think of being worried? Do you think of being worried? Think of controlling the mind. My mind will get trouble, my sense will get trouble. No, what's that? That soul is longing for that you're relishing, Atma is enjoying fully, taking the holy name. Krishna is dancing on the tongue. Your senses are in that. Tunde Tandavani Vitinite Tandavani Labhyate Swabhagoswam. Hare Krishnas know very well how to overcome the demands of mind. Hey, you do the kirtan continuously like that. Believe me, you don't need to worry, you don't need to be worried about anything. That is Lord Chaitanya's grace. 6 months, what is his name? This person, Shivanand Sen would work only 6 months. That money he would use next 6 months to take 400 people. Shivanand Sen is not a preacher, let me tell you. Shivanand Sen was not giving classes, but what he was doing? 400 people he was taking. He was taking so many risks. Wow. Chaitanya Charitamrita, you will have all varieties of devotees. Otherwise, you'll get a feeling. Actually, Bhakti Raswami on the deathbed, I was there. I mentioned many times. Women outnumbered men in ISKCON in going back to God, and he said that. He said that. Why? Okay, who made the garland? Nobody knows. Who cooked for the deities? Nobody knows. So sannyasi comes, Mataji cooks, but who serves? Prabhu serves. Prabhu serves, right? So Maharaj, okay, so this Mataji wants to hear, but cannot hear anything. I am so fallen, but who is getting? Prabhu. Rasam leke aao. Gulab jamun leke aao. So, okay, finally her happiness, finally the sannyasi comes. Thank you, Mataji, he'll go away. So she has to be happy with her service. Even though she did not want to. She also wants that rasa. But she didn't get it. Who got it? Prabhu got it. So Prabhu stays here only. So the Mataji goes away. Preacher, आपने क्या preaching किया है खड़ा कर दिया. Of course, Prabhu, thank you. Stay here only. And this person, she is making, what is that garland, this garland prasad. So suddenly one day they'll go back to Godhead. Very interesting. That's why Maharaj said that. I was there actually. I personally listened 2 weeks before we left this world. Mata should not become proud, of course. So when somebody does not know and you are not becoming proud and you are selflessly serving and you are becoming static, you are feeling separation. If you are feeling separation, you should know you are very close. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? So what is that? Then our taste for matter will go down. What is Lord Chaitanya's contribution? Lord Chaitanya said, you have taste for matter, go ahead, Prabhu. Spiritualize matter, prasad. Amazing, right? Kirtan spiritualize, relationship spiritualize. The weakest point for anybody is actually relationships, especially mother. Men have a detachment, vairagya. Women have attachment. So there is a problem. It is said, out my house, they say, you ladies stay in the material world. No, they can attach themselves to Krishna 10 times strongly than Prabhu. you know. So as in children will come, mother is very attached to children. But if somehow you take that attachment and connect to Krishna, you'll be 10 times more attached. But you need to find that attachment. But Vairagi is not bhakti, but attachment to Krishna is bhakti. Yes or no? Vairagi is not bhakti. Vairagi will give you strength with which you should do bhakti. Attach yourself. But you say, I'm proud, I'm Vairagi, all right, stay there only. If you want to detach, you have to attach yourself to Krishna. Until you get the purchase order, nobody will renounce the first job. Yes or no? Until you become strongly attached to Krishna, nobody can detach from this material world. So, so what is that? Once you become fully purified, pratyahara, that's why as soon as you attain sense control, as you're going away from sense control, you're become stabilized in Nishta. And as you go further, then Ruchi. Ruchi means, yes, you're a Mahabharata devotee, though you're not a pure devotee yet. Or you're an exalted devotee, but you're not a pure devotee yet. But Ayendra Prabhu says, yes, you're a Mahabharata devotee. So today is also disappearance day of Madhvacharya. Madhvacharya, what is that? Baldev Vidyabhushan says 9 teachings are common for them and for us. So what are the 9 teachings? Bhagavan Sri Krishna alone is the supreme absolute truth, one without a second. Madhvacharya. Second one, he is the object of knowledge in all Vedas. Means Krishna to be attained through Vedas. And the universe is real. Exactly opposite to Mayavadis. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. But he is telling, no. It is created by Krishna, so this is also real. The difference between Ishvara and Jiva, the difference between Ishvara, God, Jiva, soul, and the matter are real. No, they are not illusory. Jiva souls by nature, the servants of the Supreme Lord Hari. There are 2 categories of Jiva, liberated and delusioned. 7th one. Liberation means attaining the lotus feet of Bhagavan Krishna. In other words, entering an eternal relationship service to the Supreme Lord Krishna. Pure devotional service to Krishna is the only way to attain liberation. That's why Lord Chaitanya appeared in Madhva Sampradaya. The last one. The truth may be known by pratyaksha, direct perception, anuman, inference or logic, shabda, spiritual sound or Vedic authority. So Lord Chaitanya appeared in Madhva Sampradaya for one reason. Madhvacharya strongly refuted Mayavada. Yes, 2. Jiva is Jiva, God is God. Jiva can never become God. In liberated state, he'll go back to God and serve Krishna. Madhvacharya serves as Madhavi Gopi and Radha Govinda's eternal Vrindavan pleasure pastimes. So in the last day, Madhvacharya was in Anand, what is it? Anandam Mandir. And he gave his favorite, Aitreya Upanishad is the favorite of Madhvacharya. He gave class on this Upanishad. And he was sitting on Vyasasana. He has a chadar behind. Disappeared. And the chadar fell on the ground. And Madhvacharya disappeared. That's why Madhvacharya did not have any samadhi. So few steps, and here, this Ashtamat, he started 8 months, and every month, 2 years, they take the service. So one time what they did, they decided to, so they left it for so many centuries, but now they wanted to have something in the honor of Madhvacharya where he left a samadhi. So they tried to renovate. He said, no, don't renovate. I am still there. I am where I am where I was. So don't do anything. The word Ananda Vrindavan is coming, but it's not Ananda Mandir actually. So that is where he gave the class, final class. And the Vasan is still there, everything is there. They didn't renovate anything. Because they knew Madhvacharya is still there actually. So Madhvacharya throughout his life very strongly refuted Mayavad and Like Shankaracharya traveled all over India, Madhvacharya also traveled all over India. You know? And he established bhakti as the means, and he's the one who established Krishna's Supreme Personality of Godhead. You know, and we come in the lineage. Madhavendra Puri is the one who connects Madhva Sampradaya to Gaudiya Vaishnavism, actually. You know, yes, Vyasa Tirtha, so not Vyasa Tirtha. Who is Nityananda Prabhu's spiritual master? Lakshmipad Tirtha. You know, he's actually a disciple of Lakshmipad Tirtha. And he's the one who connected. Madhavendra Puri is the seed of love of Godhead in this world. Kalpavriksha. So until that time, it's only Krishna worship. But Madhavendra Puri added Radharani. You know, that's how we are offshoot of Madhvas. You know, this is what I want to speak. Any question or comment? Time is running out, so one has to become serious.
Prabhuji, my question is, we have our occupational duties, right? And then that takes a big time of our day. While doing chanting, as sadhakas, we struggle so much. Now, when it comes for the occupational duties, it's like, how can we have that consciousness? Like, okay, I'm doing it for Krishna, or I'm doing it for.
The fruit of the occupational duty, give it to temple.
But while you're doing it, like
while you're doing it, one time sitting here, Chandramouli Maharaj said, Chandramouli, that's his statement. You know, my statement is very simple. My point is, when you have Krishna at home and when you make an offering, you need money to pay mortgage to Krishna's home. You need so you need to work. So have Krishna installed pictures, fine, but make an offering. By the concept of offering bhoga to Krishna, your 9 to 5 job will become bhakti. That's what my answer was, always, or has been. But Maharaj said that day, you should have Krishna pictures in the office, he said. I've seen many people, even when I was working, people would keep, your desk is filled with Krishna's pictures. So that way you can convince yourself you're working for Krishna. But trust me, if you do not give, the fruits of your hard labor to Krishna, you'll become hard-hearted. Because after life, what is very dear? Money. You become very attached. So to become free from that, grihasthas also, they have to, that's why Rupa Goswami gave 50%. And all, it's difficult nowadays, because world changed. Brahmananda Prabhu and Satsur Maharaj, they joined full time, but they'll still work. And Satsur Maharaj would give all the money, entire salary to pay the rent to Second Heaven. Umapati Swami also. Valley became Umapati Swami. Brahman Prabhu. They would all full. One time there is a devotee by name Vrindavan Prabhu. He said, Krishna doesn't see what you give, Krishna sees what you keep. That's what he said. I don't know that. Up to that point. So these things, and you have to make your children Krishna conscious. Your family Krishna conscious. Then your duty to them is over. What they will do in future is up to them. But it is like Rashadev teachings. You have to, then what happens? You will get association at home. I went to Bangalore and this Prabhu came. He said, my both son-in-laws, my children, my daughters are initiated, my sons-in-law, they are initiated. So what do they talk at home then? His wife is both, everyone is initiated at home. That's good. Then there is a prevailing spiritual environment at home. Otherwise, what happens? One person is not initiated. So he'll say, children will go to movie. Mother says, we'll go to temple. Children cannot decide. It's a very difficult thing. Means you have some bad karma actually. If both are, there will be disagreements here and there always. Kali Yuga. But both are Krishna conscious, disagreements are in Krishna conscious environment. Both are not, then it will spill out further. So if you do these things, and another thing I heard, Monday to Friday, make your home temple. Weekends, make temple your home. Otherwise, attachment is very powerful. Until Radheshwar will said, how he'll decide whether somebody is a brahmachari category or not? First thing is very subservient. He listen to surrender to authority. Second thing is not independent. I want to have my car. I want to have my home. I want to have my room. I means yes. So you don't belong here. So you have to become free from that. But if you get success in the material world, you get a lot of money. You want to have a $10 million home. This, yes, it is mine, this is mine. You are attaching yourself. And coffee is convincing you that you are true. Then what happens? You are increasing your births. No? But actually true, all the ashrams come from Grihastha ashram. But to the extent you lead a very, very, in as much as possible, pure life with Krishna in the center. That ashram is liberating everyone actually. Mother should be very chaste. I was listening to lectures recently. Then what happens? If mother is educated, children are educated, family is educated. Mother is devotee, family is a devotee. It all depends on mother. Does it answer your question? Any other question or comment? Balaji.
One statement. Nobody is there, but Krishna is there. If nobody is there, but Krishna is there. If everybody is there, Krishna is not.
Everybody is there?
Krishna is not.
What I said was, if everybody is there and you are considering yourself part among them, I have a car, I have this, I have this, I have that, I have that. If your consciousness is here only. So you are not acknowledging the presence of Krishna. Why people in the past, they would go to Vrindavan, they would go to Himalayas. And the pratyahara means then you would withdraw, there is nobody actually. Then you will focus on Paramatma. There is no distraction. I just came from India. Oh, so much distraction in India. I was in a remote place. My next room is actually Rampaswamy. Good amount of time. Maharaj said, I'm very happy to have you here, So then, but still, I don't even see the newspaper. Where their newspaper in the table. Hey, what is there? What is there? Kerala news, I don't even need it. See, the temptations are more in India. Ram Janmabhoomi, what is happening? Wow, yeah. So you will meditate on it. When you are here, you don't meditate anything. So the distractions, when the distractions are more, it's more than 2 decades now. So you want to be less distractive. You have surrounded with everybody. The devotees also. Devotees are there, but they don't read Bhagavatam, you don't read Bhagavatam. Then what you will talk? Whatever is the news only. Now what is the Prime Minister doing, President doing? That's it only. Even your devotees. That's why I said, when you are alone, you can relish, that is great. You make a lot of progress. That's what in that sense I said. Okay. Festival comes, I still remember, you all agree, you remember. 15 people will come. What is festival? New clothes. What is your clothes? What is my clothes? So you all go to temple in the evening for 2 hours. You stand in the line and you'll talk also there. Okay, some Devi. Okay, 2 minutes. Fill your lungs for 2 minutes. That's and if we go, hey, did you buy purchase prasad? Purchase prasad, purchase prasad. The entire episode of 2 hours, how much you are with God? 2 minutes. And while going, you have your own purports. They have their purports. Indians means talk. How many of agree? We talk a lot. You get into the train in Chennai. By the time train reaches Vishakhapatnam, you opposite friend, you become best friends. Share all the things. By the time train reaches Madhya Pradesh, you best friends. He smokes, you smoke. You are the best of the friends. He drinks, you drink. There's nothing like that. Only problem is, by the time train reaches Delhi, there's some quarrel will come, they'll not talk and sleep. So Alone is better. Loneliness is better. What is your cave? Your room. But if you cannot relish, your room also will go in the internet and it'll kill you actually. One day one person asked me, I told him no names. He don't know anyway. Prabhuji, once divorce happened, you're already 55. So he asked me, what should I do? Stay like this only. If I divorce, why not? 1 year later, he told me, you can do that. I cannot do it. Itna aadat ho gaya touch, talking. Now I need that touch. He got married actually again. Brahmachari, before anyone leaves the ashram, first sign, he becomes lonely.
You become
Loneliness. If Brahmachari becomes lonely, that is deadly. Means you're not getting energy from surroundings. From Bhagavatam, in the room, Bhagavatam is there, everything. You're not getting it. Means your consciousness is external. You're unable to make it internal all these years. First thing, Brahmachari, it happens to anybody. It's true with family members. Yeah. Many people say, Prabhuji, why are you happy? My family went to India. But after 2 days, hey, difficult. How many agree? My children are not there. You come home, you say, it's difficult. That's the problem. So anyway, I hope it answers your question. Yes.
Thank you, Prabhu. So between Madhava Sampradaya and our said right, one is like Srimad Radharani. They also follow Srimad Bhagavatam. Still, their acceptance is, what is their acceptance of Srimad Radharani?
They're called Tattvavadis actually. Tattvavadis and Lord Chaitanya went. What is the goal of life? Yat karoshi yadasnasi yat juhus dadasi yat tapasis kanti yat tat kurushim madarpan. So this day stopped there. Lord Chaitanya became upset with them actually. Goal of life is love of God. So because Madhvacharya only gave up to this. Prabhuji, actually, what is that? Anayaraditvanunam Bhagavan Harishwar Innovaya Govinda Pritoyamana Anayadraha. Actually, one of the criticisms is Radharani's name is not there in Bhagavatam. Why it is not there? Sukadeva Goswami story comes as a parrot of Radharani. And the $1 million answer is, you don't hear any younger gopis name there. Forget about Radharani. Lalita Sakhi name is there. Vishaka Sakhi name is there. No name. Only Yashoda name is there. Actually, honestly speaking, when you are not telling the name, it is really belittling that person. You agree or not? One of the devotees of Farmington Hills. One of the devotees, how long you'll say one of the devotees of Farmington Hills? So Sukadeva Goswami is telling Yashoda's name. Actually, the only name you hear in entire Bhagavatam is Yashoda name. In the 10th canto is Yashoda name. That's it. Yashoda mother's name you will not come to know. Nanda Maharaj mother's name will not come to know. This is 10th canto. Why? Because the moment he speaks, Sukadeva Goswami, it will take 6 months. And he is a personal parrot. That's why he did not touch any of the names. Can you say, one of the continent, why Westerners changed India's name? You lose your credibility. You lose your originality. That's why India is changing all the names back. It's like removing your head actually, when the name is not there. But that's how he balanced it. But finally, he couldn't contain it. Aradhana. Anayaradhana. Aradhana. Aradhanani. That purport you will see in our books. In their books, you don't see that. But Lord Chaitanya accepted every two points from every sampradaya. Likewise, but Madhusam, actually no. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He took it. One more, he took it from Madhva Sampradaya. Anyone remembers? Vaishnav Seva and Guru Nishtha from Sri Sampradaya, he took it. So Lord Chaitanya did not start a new sampradaya. But what did he took? Because it is said eventually, all the sampradayas will amalgamate in Krishna consciousness. Believe me, Prabhupada came 1970, Prabhupada is ruining Hinduism, ruining Brahmin, the culture. He is giving Brahmin initiation to these Westerners. 50 years later, if you're ISKCON, you are actually benchmark of Hinduism today. Wow. Can you believe? These guys follow Hinduism perfectly. And anything wrong you do, or ISKCON people are also doing wrong thing. One Prabhu, I didn't tell them, believe me, he told me this. He is initiated by Kadam Khan Maharaj. He went home and he was so tired. Without talking, as soon as he got down the car, he went home into his room. Mother said, we never thought you behave like this. Because she's thinking he's a liberated personality. My mother is thinking I'm liberated. Hey, we are your parents. However liberated you may be, we are your parents. He said, Mom, I'm very tired. I'm sorry. See, after exercise, my mother is so today, ISKCON is a benchmark. Like, this call, some people are speaking, hey, no, ISKCON also the divorces happen. Everyone is looking because ISKCON, everything is benchmark today. Wow. So there is at least one quality, one organization is there in Hinduism, follows very perfectly. It's a matter of pride, right? How many of you agree? Believe me, one person said, no, we should not quarrel because outsiders are watching ISKCON. No divorce. That much ISKCON has enhanced Hinduism. Great, Haribol. All the gurus received invitations in India. At least we were prominent. Entire that in temple inauguration, every guru was there actually. Were prominent. Whether it is not political, maybe there's a different thing, but north or south or east or west, all there. So, so what is that? My point to you, Lord Chaitanya did not. Of course, Achinti Bhedavad Tattva is the one he postulated, no doubt, But like Bhakti and Prapatti of Shankara, Ramanuja, like that, he didn't do anything. We took it from two to two. That's why if you go to Mayapur or Chaitanya Math, you see four acharyas. He took that 8 things, and this is our thing. Usually, if he had wanted to establish a separate sampradaya, he would have come up with some tenets, but we don't have any tenets like that. Two, 8, those are our tenets.
Their worship is on reverence like Sri Prabhu.
Their worship is on reverence, yes. Not only Krishna,
Yeah.
So this is the thing, Prabhu. Only Vrindavan has that intimacy. But other thing, and another place, the intimacy is there actually Jagannath Puri. That intimacy, same intimacy you can see in Jagannath Puri. Ekaliya. And no rules. That's why Ramanujacharya was taken away. So these two areas you see that Raghava. But other I saw them, but for them also deity worship very prominent. The Acharya will come. Right, 9 o'clock Acharya will come, and the main Acharya, he will come and do the worship. That is very interesting, actually. You don't see in ISKCON Acharyas coming and going on the altar, except Gopal Krishna Maharaj, So, some will go, but 12 o'clock, nobody goes all the artis, right? But I saw that, I saw them, they would come and do arti and go. Because for them, deity worship. Even Sri Sampradaya also deity worship. Okay, one person said, I'll finish with this. They have 8 months, they sit, not today's 1 lakh. Those days, 100 years ago, 1 lakh means, if anybody goes to the mutt and challenge them and defeat them, they'll give you 1 lakh rupees. Those days, till this day, nobody defeated them. And what he said, still, we are nothing before Bhaktivedanta Swami, he said. He said that. Though no one has ever defeated these 8 months, no one has been ever defeated. We sit there, we challenge, it's an open challenge. What Bhaktivedanta Swami has done, And we have nobody in Madhva has ever done. But only problem, they give initiation only to Brahmins. So I saw more, I cannot say more, I saw equal number of Muslim population in Udupi actually. And the numbers are also dropping the everyday class because I saw so many Muslim mosques actually. Christianity is also taking over.
Next to the temple, we are laying the floor beside, and then all you hear is morning mosque.
Oh yes. Oh, Guruvayur. Guruvayur temple is so ancient. Prabhu, next to Guruvayur is probably bigger church. I saw more churches in India than in America. So that's why we have to liberalize. And actually today, everyone has to preach. Everyone. Give some prasad. Create a good impression. Message Prabhu says. If they don't use it, they don't take book. Create a good impression. Otherwise, in India will have problems. Sad. So, Kali Yuga actually. And the problem is Hindus only, Nobody goes to the temples, even if you go, just super alcoholism, Christianity is rampant in India. Where the government is there, it's there a little bit. Otherwise, they also know it's difficult. You have to preach. Rajendra made a statement, India is all Tamogun only. But all the Sattva is in America. So because everyone is educated. And that's why it is easy to preach in America. Anyway, thank you very much. Anyone want to add anything? Otherwise, approach.
Thank you. Quick question. Sometimes we see that, there is a distinct difference between the Sampradayas, the philosophy would be one is Vishishtadvaita, one is Advaita. Is there any particular significance that why all those four Sampradayas are distinct philosophy?
Bhakti is, what is Prabhuji? Variety. So much variety. One person, before I answer on the question, one person went and told Prabhupada. There was serious argument. And he said finally to you guys for quarrel. He said, you have serious difference of opinion with Shankara. And even with your Sampradayas, first he said, you have problem with this Sampradayas. Prabhupada said there are technical differences. So he was losing. What he said, oh, you people have a problem with Shankaracharya. Prabhupada said, there is no difference. So why are you talking like that? Prabhupada said, it's progression. Shankaracharya came, he removed Buddhism and he established Vedas. Of course, he postulated Mayavad, that's a different. Then Ramanuja came, he established, he did not fully refute, majorly refuted, some areas he compromised with what is that, Shankara. That's why it's called Vishishta Advaita. Qualified dualism. So non-dualism, qualified non-dualism. But then what he did, Madhvacharya strongly refuted Dvaita. Developed on that, Lord Chaitanya gave love of God. It's a progression. But it did not happen overnight. It took centuries. And Shankaracharya was there, Ramanuja was not there, Ramanujacharya was there, Madhvacharya. So it's a progression. Lord Prabhupada said, no, there is no difference. It's a progression. For that reason, actually, what is his name? Parikshit Maharaj allowed Kali to come in because, Tirthanadeva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Paramnijat, Kalaudash Nidra, then Astya Konmahan. By chanting the holy name, he knew. So by chanting the holy name, you can go back to Godhead. So you needed Shankaracharya to defeat Buddhism, you need Ramanacharya to establish Ishadvaita and make Narayan, Lakshmi Narayan worship, and Madhvacharya Krishna worship, and Lord Chaitanya love of God. It's a progression. Actually, one time he went home, he's traveling to India. Our Jayanand Gauranga Prabhu gave a nice class actually on this. So that's how we should speak. Or, the nowadays Christianity, hey, do you have a guru? Actually, somebody was, somebody put me on the, not Christian, my relatives actually. I asked only one question, do you have a spiritual master? I said, no, I don't want to talk to you. I didn't talk to him. First thing, qualification, anyone to even sit and talk is, do you have a guru? Which sampradaya? Then what will you speak? You'll speak from mental speculation. Then I don't have time. As simple as that. So thank you very much, and I'm sorry a little late, but very grateful for everyone's presence. I'm ending. Panchakaltra Supasandha Bhajna. Bhavana Vishnu. Good Vishnu.